off, let me outline my position for you as a Jurassic fan so you can see how it lines up with your own position. And be sure to share your thoughts down below, because this franchise, interestingly, has become a bit divisive in terms of people who are like, I don't like it anymore, and people are like, you snob, it's fantastic, it's still a lot of fun. So I think there's been that element, certainly for the world movies, because they've been really pummeled on Rotten Tomatoes, yet have the first two world movies made over $1 billion at the box office. We'll see how this one does. And I think people are trying to gauge if Dominion's a good movie based on those two past experiences. So it's interesting. All right, so anyway, my Jurassic position. I obviously love the first movie. Oh, so good. Still holds up. You can watch it right now this second, and you would just still be blown away. And you can watch it so many times and you're still blown away. I didn't like 2 at all, though. I know some of you liked 2, but I did not like it. And I thought 3 was watchable, although after I saw it once, I never watched it again, while I've often revisited the other Jurassic movies. It was great during the pandemic. I went through a lot of shows and franchises, and Jurassic was one of them, but I just watched 1 and then the world movies. As for the new world movies, I didn't like it at first, but I've come to really love the first one because of the theme park elements. The park was finally open, and as a big theme park fan, I really enjoyed that and continue to enjoy it whenever I rewatch the movie. I also really liked the second one. I know some of you did not like Fallen Kingdom, but I liked it. That dino left behind on the island, the feels! And then the dino auction, I thought that was primo stuff. I loved it. I thought that was really great. And the exploration of human cloning, using the same tech on people, which is actually a big part of this new movie, although not in as compelling a way as you might be able to imagine when I mention it. There's a lot of surprises in this movie. I'm not going to give any of them away because that's one of the things that makes it enjoyable. Some interesting ideas posed, even if the execution is poor. But anyway, now we have this third Jurassic World movie, Dominion, and it's definitely the weakest of the new trilogy. But in my opinion, still far better than Jurassic Park 2 and 3. If you're a Jurassic fan, you'll just love being back in this world. There are some great scenes for you to get excited about that I think you're really going to enjoy. And it's so cool to have the original actors, all of them, back together again. They've brought a couple back here and there, but you got them all here. The ones that are still, I wish the children, they're still around. The son even acts. He's still an actor. That would really be fantastic. I'm sure they're going to keep making Jurassic movies, so maybe someday, but this was really great to go this far and recreating the original. All right, so let's discuss what Jurassic World Dominion gets wrong, because I did say it was the weakest of the new movies. First off, it's missing the cozy Spielberg factor, which I find very odd because Colin Trevorrow, who directed the first Jurassic World and produced the second one and returns to direct here, well, he was able to deliver that feel in the first 2 Jurassic World movies, so I don't know why it escapes him here. It must have been a choice that he made, and it was the wrong choice. Jurassic World Dominion doesn't feel Spielbergian at all, and I feel that makes the movie lose a special quality that has been a bigger part of the success of this franchise as dinosaurs, in my opinion. Next, there are way too many characters. Way too many characters. But I'm not sure who I'd cut, as I like all the characters. And the movie's over 2 hours long already, so it's not like you're like, oh, make it longer, you would have had more room to give them more time to be on screen. But because there just isn't enough room to develop a strong enough story while also giving screen time to everyone they have to. There are 2 stories at work here that are converging over the course of the movie. Reasonably so. I thought that, it was vaguely interesting, not as interesting as it could have been. But neither storyline is really given its due thanks to having to share the movie with the other storyline. It's like if you were watching the first Jurassic Park and then there was another story with another group of characters happening at the same time. You'd be like, what's this? I mean, it just makes the movie lose some focus. I also think Chris Pratt, who started out as one of Jurassic World, the Jurassic World movie's greatest strengths, has become a liability. And I'm not even talking about his main controversies, which, I was able to get past those and still enjoy him in Fallen Kingdom. But here, I think too much might have happened at this point, because I'll just tell you what it was for me that was the deal breaker in this movie. I was watching the film and I was like, wow, that Owen's a great dad. But then it popped into my mind how Chris Pratt has thrown his own real life son under the bus in recent social media posts, seemingly, being frustrated or something, or not supportive enough of his son's health situation. And so that just really took me out of the movie for a moment and broke the spell of Owen Grady. I was like, that's not who Chris Pratt is. And so that was a little disappointing. It speaks to, I think, celebrities maybe not wanting to, let people know too much with any celebrity, like what they're like in real life, because it keeps them from disappearing into a movie. Also, the first act of the film is weak. From an opening news story narrated by either an actress who isn't very good or a reporter who can't act. I was like, how did they have this and not say we should refilm this? Because it's very, very weak. And so the movie has to take some time to recover from that intro. The voiceover is so bad, and they're professional voiceover artists. Anyway, to the realization of dinosaurs living amongst us being so poorly realized. Remember that cool shot of the T-Rex at the drive-in? Used to sell this movie for a long time. It's not in the movie, which I found annoying. This movie makes having dinosaurs living amongst us not seem majestic, but rather a really serious pest control problem. Like dinosaurs are giant rats, and whose idea was to depict it that way? Also, a lot of the things I was like, dinosaurs are very aggressive and for a lot of them carnivorous. I think this would be an even bigger problem than you're making it seem. And also, I thought dinosaurs were cold-blooded, so I don't know why they have a bunch of them in snowy settings. I'd be like, wouldn't all these dinosaurs die up here? All right, so anyway. I've never been a huge dino fan, and I still enjoy these movies because I enjoy the corporate aspects of it, and it is cool to see dinosaurs. All right, and this movie has some very cool sequences with them. Now, the movie gets better when it gets to Malta, where we explore a criminal underground dino network, which was fun. And there are some great action scenes here. I was on the edge of my seat here. They showed a lot of it in the trailers, but I still liked it. That's because they didn't show very much of the rest of the movie, so they used a lot of this Malta stuff to help sell it. But did you know a person like Bryce Dallas Howard could outrun a dinosaur? It's true! Still, I had fun, even though some of this stuff was a little unbelievable. And Malta is, of course, beautiful, so it was great to visit there. The movie also doesn't have a widescreen ratio, at least not at my screening. It's going more for a square frame. It's not a perfect square, but almost a square. I guess they did that for the IMAX screeners. But when you watch it not in IMAX, as I did, it just makes the film seem a lot less cinematic. I'm like, what's with this square frame? I didn't like that. Then the film gets really good when it gets to familiar territory. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's BioSyn, get it? Not only biosynthetic, but the sin of what they're doing there. Their dino sanctuary in northern Italy, which of course is up to no good. Sneaking around the complex, which is designed like an evil apple. They could have done a lot more with that. That would have been even more fun. There's some good ideas here. With Campbell, and they just don't have enough time because they have too many characters. But a new character is Campbell Scott doing a delicious twisted take on Tim Cook. I particularly liked when he was asking about his food bars. That was just great. So perfect. So you see the characters going in and out of labs and, of course, trying to escape dinos in the sanctuary. That was just great. All great fun. And thankfully takes up 2/3 or at least the second half of the movie. That was great. It's also immensely satisfying to see Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum, along with B.D. Wong, back together again. We'll talk about it in the spoiler review. I found one moment immensely satisfying. And they do have a lot of screen time, particularly Neill and Dern, so that's great. That's great. Other franchises have made the mistake of sidelining their returning characters, much to the disappointment of audiences, but you'll be happy with their screen time. Of the Jurassic World characters, Bryce Dallas Howard continues to do a wonderful job as an ordinary, relatable woman turned action hero, with a bit of the mother angle here because she's the adopted mother of Maisie. So that was really, I thought, Bryce Dallas Howard really sold that. Like a mother will lift a car to save her child. She doesn't do anything like that, but she does some pretty extraordinary things. But she sold it and made it very believable. While Chris Pratt shares most of his scenes with newcomer DeWanda Wise, who is fantastic as an LGBT fellow ex-military, just like Owen Grady, good in a fight and quick on her feet. She was great. She had some really great moments. Mamadou Athie is also a great addition, and so effortlessly in command in his scenes. He is so good. I was like, wow, he's a good actor. He instantly becomes a welcome part of the franchise. He's also fantastic. Also, there are a ton of dinosaurs in the second half of this movie, and to see the ones with feathers, that's particularly thrilling. I thought those scenes were fantastic. I'm seeing this again this weekend. I'm going again. I'm seeing it on a premium screen as it should be seen, and I'm excited to go back. I just have to get through the first third, the first act, and that's not going to be too horrible, and then the fun will begin. So bottom line, the script is weak, the visuals lack that Spielberg magic, but the actors, locations, the business stuff. I love a good corporate story. And the dinos, oh, those feathered dinos, they really deliver. So that's my non-spoiler review of Jurassic World Dominion. Share your own thoughts down below, subscribe today, and of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.